your Monday upgrade, because The View is live. Bloomberg 2020. The billionaire business mogul and former New York mayor officially jumps into the presidential race. Is he the candidate Democrats have been waiting for? Or is he trying to buy his way into the White House? Plus, funny man Tim Allen's the last man standing at the Hot Topics table.
I don't know what you're eating, but whatever it is, it's making you younger.
Corn nuts and bacon.
And it's one-stop shopping for the holidays on View Your Deal. The House of Hot Topics is in session with Whoopi, Abby Huntsman, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Meghan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Apparently, it is now official. Billionaire business mogul and former New York City mayor Mike Bloomberg announced he's entering the presidential race with a $37 million media blitz. He's financing it all himself. Now, fellow candidates like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders accuse him of trying to buy his way in. But Joe Biden says, hey, come on in, baby. I welcome you.
Is that how he said it?
Yeah, I believe he did. I believe he said, come on up in here and see what's going on. Now, and people are saying, well, why is he, why won't that challenge him? What do you? I think it's a great idea. Listen, if people come in with great ideas and they have something to say, you should hear it. Right. Because you'd be mad if somebody kept him out. So, okay, you know, I don't know that he's got any better ideas than anybody else, but, you know, he feels he can do it. So, okay, let's hear what you have to say. I want to hear from him, though. Yeah. I want to hear from him. I don't want it just to be commercials, because, you know, that's like an insane thing to do, is think you can become president by running commercials. Tell me.
There's so much to say about him, I think, because we lived in New York, and he was there for three seasons. What do you call it? Three terms. Three terms. You know, he is he's a fiscal conservative, and he's a social liberal. So he's for climate change. He wants to fix that. He puts his money where his mouth is. He wants to get rid of the dangerous guns off the street, even though he's a Second Amendment guy, too. He stopped the city from smoking and destroying their health. He actually is good for health, the guy. Yeah. He also, I think Republicans would vote for him. But he has this problem. And also, the other thing is that he's a real billionaire, you know, whereas Trump...
That's true, and a self-made billionaire.
And the thing about Trump that fascinates me is that he actually bankrupted a casino. One of the most impossible things to do. You and I gamble. They always say the house has the advantage, the house never loses. Only when Trump is running the house.
Yes, that's true.
So we have a real billionaire here.
You think. I have a lot of friends that do that. It's definitely a very hard job.
But he has a problem with stop and frisk.
He does.
He also does, which he apologized for, and it seems like he would never do something like that again. So give him points for that.
I also think, and I said this before, I think he has a charisma problem, and in today's we underestimate how much we care about that. Look, but he's had people that have been punching the numbers on how we can get to the nomination for a very long time. So clearly they believe there is some sort of a pathway there. I think he's got more money than Trump. He is got the same ego as Trump. And frankly, I think he's actually more likely to beat Trump than anyone else on that stage right now, in my opinion. If it were up to the two of them, I think that he would have a better shot, certainly more than a Sanders.
Conservatives, that's why.
Well,
he's not.
Well, he's
no offense. There's quite a few things he has that that are game over.
But he's a more pragmatic guy than when I listened to like Elizabeth Warren. When I was reading through his policies, I'm like, you know what? If you, to your point, would be if you listen to him and you hear the things that he's saying, he's sort of like the adult in the room. He would come in there and say, this is probably not going to work.
You think taking away soda is the main thing?
Well, I mean, that's a controversial one. But for example, like climate change, he's saying the Green New Deal, I'm not for that. But he's a very big proponent of making changes to get to a better place.
And he's
I like
been a
that about him.
Republican. He's been an independent. He's a Democrat now. I mean, he's sort of been in every single party.
Yeah.
But I agree with what everyone is saying, because at this point, it just seems to me, though, it's a little bit of a referendum on Biden, who is still in many polls the front runner. It seems to me that Bloomberg is saying, I better get in the race because I don't think that Biden is a viable enough candidate. And I wonder really if America is feeling feeling the same way. I think that's the only reason that he would be getting into the race at this point.
Well, he spent $37 million on TV ads, which officially broke Hillary Clinton's record, which was $33 million over the weekend. And by the way, that ad is fine. If you're going to spend that kind of money on an ad, I hope it's the ad that will like blow my mind away. It's fine. It looks like an ad that could have been running 10 years ago for president.
He didn't speak in it, did he?
Yes, he did. And it's fine. It's creating a lot of waves with Democratic candidates like Bernie Sanders, the idea that you are going to sort of buy into the presidential race, which was my huge problem with Tom Steyer. Also, Bloomberg News is not going to investigate any Democratic candidates. So there's this big, elephant in the room that there's a giant news organization that he runs and owns that's going to be complicated for the journalists working at Bloomberg News. One more thing, I really don't like media picking candidates. And I think we have this like way, and I say we, the proverbial olive media, that we choose our favorites. And when you have a debate like last week where Andrew Yang only got 6 minutes and he's tied statistically with Amy Klobuchar, Cory Booker, and Tulsi Gabbard, and you have people like Tom Steyer who got 8.5 minutes, people that are getting less time on media just because they aren't media favorites is going to be a problem for me. Mike Bloomberg has huge name recognition. He has a crap ton of money. And the fact that he's getting more media attention when he hasn't done anything yet than these candidates who've been working really hard, I don't like it.
I like the idea that he's what's the word?
Self-made man?
No, he's going
Using his own money.
Using his own money. That's it, self-financing.
Yeah.
Because he's not beholden to everybody. He's beholden to himself.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to
Bernie
answer
Sanders
to a lot of people with... What?
Bernie Sanders says he's disgusted.
Well, maybe Bernie's upset. He's the opposite kind of guy.
Like,
Money's been in politics since 2010 when Citizen United was there, when it was decided. The super PACs and Republicans were so excited about Citizens United and were behind that decision. And now all of a sudden you have people like Sanders and you have people, in the Republican Party that are saying, I'm so upset about money being in campaigns.
But here's
if you're in elections, if you're upset about that, then you've got to change the law.
Here's the thing, we're in
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
We're in such uncharted territory right now when we have President Trump in office that I say, you know what, it's unconventional. Let's see what happens here. No one's done it this way. No one has sort of surpassed the primary system.
Yeah, and surpassed
if you're a Democrat and you say, all I really want is to get someone, to get Trump out of office, let's see what he can do. I say, let's give this guy a shot.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm
not saying you
What
should.
about stop and frisk, though? We should really talk about it for a second.
It's going to be very problematic for him. I really think. You know what? Although he's apologized, which Trump has never done.
Right. He has
it's refreshing.
apologized.
Well, first of all, we have to go to commercial break as usual.
Well, yeah, we do.
It is a TV show. It is. We have to pay our salaries.
It is true. Because without them, we're just sitting here for free. Kidding. We'll be right back.
Later, Lindsey on the run. Viral video of Senator Lindsey Graham walking away from an Iraq War veteran and what Joe Biden says Lindsey will regret for the rest of his life. We're talking politics at our table.
We have to talk about this. I can't not talk about this.
And tomorrow, the one and only LL Cool J is here to hang with the ladies on The View on ABC. Still ahead, Last Man Standing star Tim Allen. And the holidays are here on View Your Deal.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, yeah. So, Senator Lindsey Graham continues to baffle folks with some of his behavior, and his response to an Iraq war veteran who tried to have a civil conversation with him didn't help matters. Take a look.
I see how you're paraded in the press, and I honestly believe that you believe in our democracy as I do. I came to D.C. because I'm a Marine, I went to Iraq, and I believe, as I believe that you do, that President Trump is not acting in accordance to his oath. The oath that you took, and I did, to defend the Constitution. You took an oath.
Yeah, I did. I don't think.
I mean, you have. Is that it?
That's it.
Did he think that? What do you think happened? Did he just? What?
He's thinking, oh my God, he's going to get me to talk against Trump. Oh my God, I won't be able to win the election next time, and Trump will turn on me and be mean to me, and I'll have to go back to whatever I was doing before I became a senator. Oh my God. That's what he was thinking.
I mean, he's a savvy enough politician. At least let the guy finish what he was saying or respond to him. And maybe that was a moment of weakness that Lindsey Graham could at least come out now and say, I apologize for doing that. What I don't like seeing is people losing their humanity, losing the people that they are because of Trump. Because he's not going to be in office forever. And I just don't think people are looking
think he knows that.
long term about
I don't think he knows.
I think he thinks he's going to be president for life.
Well, I mean, this is a veteran. This is someone who has, served for all of us. And to at least let him finish what he was saying or have a conversation is, I'm baffled by it, honestly.
He loves the veterans until they ask him a direct question, and then suddenly, veterans? Who cares?
Well, I think I've been in situations like that in the Senate hall or the congressional halls, and there's always people trying to make news with cameras. It happened, like, I can remember my Code Pink one time, like, storming my dad's office, and you never really know. He should be respectful to all veterans. I didn't interpret that the same way. Lindsey is really hard for me to talk about in public because I've had to reconcile his politics right now are very different than mine, but I've known the man since I was 10, and I love him very much. So it's hard for me, and again, that's the best part about being on The View is that I don't have to pretend to be a journalist. And I know he's currently fighting with Joe Biden right now, and it's literally like watching family members go after each other. And I think Trump years do weird things to weird people, and I don't condone what he did, but I get it because when people come up to me with if a veteran did it, they could probably do whatever they want to me. I don't know. But I don't love it, but I can't talk crap about him. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You don't have to talk crap about him, but one could say, you got to be a little more respectful to the vets.
Really?
You just do.
And he was in the Air Force 33 years, so yes.
And it's odd that, I mean, if he's this longtime friend of Joe Biden, and now he is sort of spearheading an investigation into Joe Biden's son. And so I just don't understand where his loyalties lie.
Well, you know what? The craziest thing about all of this is, Nunez says, oh, I have this information, and this one says, I've got this information. Well, why didn't y'all whip it out when this all started? Stop playing with it. Stop playing. If you have information that is going to help the government run better, where our constitutional values and ideas, the ones that we were taught as kids, where that's reflected, then whip it out. Show us what you got.
I'm not sure that's the appropriate phrase, but I like it.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Well, Nunez can't say much.
No, Nunez is caught with his...
but I don't understand.
I think know what you were saying.
Yes, but I don't understand. If you have... What are you hiding? Everybody's been bitching. It should be out in the open. It should be... If you have information, put it out there or shut up.
Nunez may be hiding his own self-involvement.
That's right.
How do you... Now, you put it out there. You put it out there. Now everybody wants to know. If you got stuff to show that's going to help, do it. If you're just doing it to freak everybody out and say, oh my God, what's going on? Don't do that. That's not the American way. We demand that you treat us like adults, those of us who are adults.
But here's the thing. This Lindsey Graham will destroy his friend's reputation at the behest of this person in the White House who has no friends, who has loyalty to no one, who throw Lindsey under the bus
out there
any day now.
Put it out there. And I'm talking to Lindsey. I'm talking to the...
I will say
president's
he's still very wonderful to me and my family.
Yeah.
And again, I've known him my entire life. He is a good person who is making decisions that are questionable. It's totally fair for everyone at this table to question.
Biden is hurt by it, though.
Well,
He's personally hurt.
I know.
If somebody goes after your kid.
Well, but then show the info. Show it. Show it. I know you want us to go, but I want them to show what you got or stop hinting at it. Stop doing it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Comedian Sacha Baron Cohen gave the keynote address at an Anti-Defamation League event. And he made this ominous warning about the power of Facebook. Take a look.
Facebook will run any political ad you want, even if it's a lie. And they'll even help you micro-target those lies to their users for maximum effect. Under this twisted logic, if Facebook were around in the 1930s, it would have allowed Hitler to post 30-second ads on his solution to the Jewish problem.
Now, should Facebook take responsibility for this? A little bit of this? Is this a question that we ask a lot at this table? What is the responsibility of social media?
I think Facebook would give Hitler his own fan page. Are you kidding? But to me, the situation, and everybody's going to say, well, they used to, Time magazine had Hitler on the cover, and the New York Times in 1922 didn't think that Hitler was a bad idea. That was before they knew what a bad idea he was, just like all the networks gave airtime to Trump before they knew what a bad idea he was. Now we know what a bad idea he is, and we know what a bad idea Hitler is and was, and black racism and anti-Semitism. So now is the time to correct the situation. This is global propaganda. Everyone in every part of the world hears this stuff. And then I just realized he said they micro-target the fans. So white nationalists can just increase their numbers all over the place. It's a very dangerous, dangerous tool, in my opinion.
Anybody else?
I don't have, like, an extreme opinion on this one. I struggle with it. I struggle with it because, you know, having lived in a place where they don't have free speech, I always come down on the side of, you know, as ugly as free speech can get, we should allow everyone to speak. I think the Hitler comparison is a bit extreme for me, but I also realize that we're at a time when people are getting their news and their political ads and everything else not necessarily on TV anymore. They're going online.
68% of people get their news from Facebook.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think they should start with getting, you know, facts right and dealing with fake news versus whether they should have political ads or not.
One small thing, just as there are limits on the Second Amendment, there are limits on the First Amendment, too. Well, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater, for example. Well, you shouldn't have these war machines out on the streets. These are the limits on the First and Second Amendments.
You can't incite violence, and you can't, you know, threaten people. That there are those limits. But I agree with Abby. You know, I learned a long time ago that the most heinous speech is the speech that you protect, because it's such a slippery slope. And I really think if you look at social media, you know, Facebook is a publisher, right? So it's just a site. They're not really responsible for third parties, what third parties put on it, and that's a law. That's the Communications Decency Act. But I also think it's really up to Americans to fact check. It's up to us to determine what the truth is for us. I don't think someone else should be the arbiter of that. I think we get into this slippery slope where you have Facebook determining what we should hear and read and listen to. I think that's very, very dangerous, more dangerous than the reverse.
I disagree.
You got anything, Mike?
We don't have time.
I was giving you some seconds.
It's okay.
All right.
Thank you. I feel like
I'm a major First Amendment person, and I still say that there have to be limits.
And it's a private company.
It's so dangerous right now in this world. This is something we've never seen before.
They also don't do a good job not censoring violence. I think that's my biggest issue with this, is that a lot of times, like, true hate speech can continue, and I agree with the slippery slope thing, but I think when you're live streaming terror attacks on your site, and that's allowed,
pretty bad.
You should really maybe take a second look at the access you have.
Yeah.
But it's very...
That's worth it. Yeah. And if they come for them, they're coming for you, and then they're coming for me, and so we do have to pay attention, but this requires all of us to pay attention.
Yeah.
You can't slide this one past. We'll be back.
That's the truth.
So, welcome back. This is for the friends who are celebrating 25 years of friendship.
Okay.
They're sitting there. They have the thing. So this story sort of makes me think of that. So Jordan Sparks, she was, you know, she's been our one of our co-hosts from time to time. Her fans were not happy with her husband, Dana, who posted this photo of him hanging out with his female high school friend. The negative responses piled up from people calling him disrespectful and telling Jordan to dump him. Jordan told them to calm down because the two of them have been friends forever, and she's fine with it. She doesn't have any problem. She's not scared that somebody's running off with her man. Okay? That's what she's saying. She's not worried about it. But apparently people were out of their minds thinking that you cannot have a friendship with someone unless you're having some sort of sexual feeling for them.
Sonny.
Now, I don't recall you having that face when we had this discussion earlier. Do you not trust that Manny is not ever going to leave? He can't, number one, he can't leave you. They are electronically plugged into each other.
We are.
So,
And he's afraid of her.
Yes, he probably is. But if he's had a friend for years or since they were kids, you've had friends since you were kids.
He doesn't have these kinds of female friends.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't have this. He's not had this experience.
So
Okay.
it's all hypothetical.
So it's hypothetical.
hypothetical to me.
Okay. Well, now I know why you.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I will say, statistically, the University of Colorado did do a study. And about 50%, over 50% of the respondents who did have extramarital affairs had them with a close friend.
Oh.
Just saying.
Oh.
Yes, not
Just
from
saying.
school though. Well, because I remember the last time we talked about extramarital things, you were talking about another study that you saw why you should have an older nanny and not a young one. I don't trust your studies.
I do.
Do you recall? Do you remember? You recall that conversation?
I mean, there are always exceptions, but
yeah.
But isn't this between Jordan? Isn't it basically it's between Jordan, her husband, and the
Yeah,
10
why do we
10
feel-
million social media followers?
and the really gorgeous close
all
friend.
three of that.
Why does everyone have an opinion on someone else's life?
Because we let them.
Just let them
Because
live
we
it.
let them. We say, what do you think? And then if you like what I'm doing.
I don't
you know,
like it.
Thank goodness you're not married to him.
That's
She's
true.
fine. Yeah, you know what? She knows her husband. I have more faith in her, knowing her husband and her life, as we
She's
have
a
all
sweet
said.
girl.
Well,
She's- and
but
she
they
knows
always
that.
say the wife is the last to know.
Never. That's never true, and you know that.
There's
We'll be
probably
back.
a statistic about that.
Yeah, there is.
Hey, it's Tim, and I love doing The View this time of year. Reminds me of the holidays at my house. People sitting around, yelling at each other at the table, and me trapped in the middle. Good times.
Back for a new season of Last Man Standing. He's got a pretty healthy attitude about getting older. Take a look.
You know, as men age, strong social connections can help them live longer.
Look at you wanting me to live. But I think I figured out a way to add more of this to my life.
Oh, I like that.
I'm thinking of having a side business, flipping classic cars with Chuck.
I'm liking it less.
Expansion at Outdoor Man has calmed down. The kids are out of the house. You want me to live longer?
Yeah, okay, but you know, you've always found working on cars to be fun. You need the escape. It might ruin it if you make it all about money.
More money? What do we do with more money? We could add a second wine cellar to the yacht.
Please welcome Tim Allen.
This man works a lot.
All the time. All the time.
If this is more comfortable than the old couch, I was just thinking.
Oh, the couch, yeah.
Remember the couch was like a piece of wood with cloth on it.
Just thinking,
That's
oh my-
what it was.
It was.
That's what
I
it
sat
was.
down, almost broke my butt.
Yes. Which would have been really, would have been interesting. But listen, Thursday apparently is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yes,
Apparently, what is it,
apparently.
June?
Well, you never know.
We don't
never
do these
know.
in succession.
They shoot it today, then it's on in a year. You don't know. But you grew up in a family full of strong women.
Right.
And they sometimes.
Oh, look at you.
Look at. So, what was it like for little Tim Allen?
Well, I said I didn't view them as strong women. They just ran the show as I think women do, certainly in my life. And They weren't real good cooks. It was Canadian, German, and Scottish.
Right.
So the cookbook my grandma had was just Try to Keep It Down. That was the title of it. Horrible. And one time she was drinking sherry as she was cooking. And one of the other grandmas brings caramel sauce, and the gravy is right next to the caramel sauce. And she just went, oh, hell. And just poured it all over ice cream for the kids and made us eat it.
Did anybody notice it?
Well, of course we noticed it. But now it's probably something cool, salty caramel.
Yeah, it is.
She started, she was
But I was thinking, with the one funny thing, we put Christmas decorations out early.
Yes.
And we have a manger that's been around way too long, so nothing matches.
Right.
You know, one of the wise men is a Ken doll, you know, and Jesus has literally got a thyroid problem because it's one of those trolls with the little zircon eyes.
Right.
You know, that's kind of weird.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, you know, Tim, you and I both started stand-up comedy in the 80s.
And Leno says hi, by the way.
Oh, Jay Leno, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And still, you're still doing it, right?
44 Cities just finished.
See what I mean by the hardest working man. So what do you think now? I mean, it's a little bit different now. I mean, there's a PC culture out there. It makes it really hard. I think my act, if I ever brought that old act back, I'd be driven out of town.
I grew up life-changing with Lenny Bruce. The bit he did in '61 here in New York, I have to point to it to go read it. People read it. It changed my life about everything.
Of course.
About how it was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the book he wrote.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people, well, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
I'm surprised they haven't. I'm surprised they haven't, because I do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words that really got from my parents.
Yeah.
You know, they said this stuff, and we talked about it. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it.
Yeah.
It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. But I was going to say, if I do some stuff. The women in my life were, whatever political party it was, always they hated the government and who's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They always argued about that over vodka and cigarettes. Who's going to pay for it? I don't know, the government and all this. And if I bring up that whole story about my grandma once, because I stole money from my parents, I never worked, and my one grandma said, I think we got ourselves a little Democrat down there. And I do that in Miami. People laugh and cheer. You do it in Reading, Pennsylvania? Oh, hey, oh.
Why Reading?
Well, it's a little bit more democratic.
Oh, so they don't like it.
They didn't like that, and I do the city. So when I do the political stuff, it's a little bit more, and I don't really do political stuff. It's more of a perspective.
Yeah. Right.
But I said words do matter, but I said Lenny said they didn't, and it was 61.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, even if you go watch the movie Blazing Saddles.
Oh my God, forget
You
it.
can't even watch that without looking around in your own room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that's Mel Brooks. So my family loves your show, Last Man Standing, and it's a huge hit, so congratulations.
Thank you.
It's interesting, though. It is so good, yeah. It's one of the few shows on TV, and don't worry, I'm not going to get you in any trouble. This is known, but it skews conservative because you're a sporting goods store on the show that sells guns. It's interesting. You call your character, Mike Baxter, Archie Bunker, but college educated. Why do you think it was? And I actually, on the show, I think there's both sides on it, but why was it important to show different kinds of political?
What we wanted to do is not make fun of religion, not make fun of family, celebrate. We wanted to have a relationship that's affectionate. Just celebrate what's good about American family, but be provocative enough. This guy, but Archie Bunker that went to University of Michigan. That's what I want to make sure that we constantly have these jokes. They go, he doesn't know anything about cappuccinos. I said, well, of course he knows about cappuccinos. He's not that deal. And basically what we want to do, but this is a long story, make it short. We started with Obama, President Obama, so it was fun poking fun at him because he had a big sense of humor. We really thought it was going to be Hillary, so we were all geared up. This is going to be a great year because we love taking shots at the Clintons. And then, all hell broke loose. And I said, now, it was just fun because we'd already kind of positioned him to be that character. And it was real fun, especially in California to poke fun at the liberal side of things, just because
So can you poke fun of the other side?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you do, right?
Who's more fun then to poke fun at?
Well, I use this as an example. I met your father. He literally did a fundraiser, and the first one I was invited to, because they never know what I'm
I didn't
say.
know if I was allowed to say I met you at a fundraiser for my dad, but
Well, he was so funny. When he got off of he was a wonderful guy. And I said, I always made a joke that the Democrats generally are real funny in public, in private kind of scary, and vice versa. The Republicans are kind of too high of pants and they look like golf pros in their speeches. But outside of it, they're really funny. And then I mentioned, this is Whitlock and Grant. These two guys I read, University of Virginia and Wharton School, wrote a whole piece on the best part about Republicans and the best part about liberals. And it changed, it's again that Lenny Bruce thing. We've lost this ability to compromise.
Yeah.
My brother and I both are opposite sides of the spectrum. He read it, he goes, damn, I'm a conservative, and he's not. And I read the positive thing about liberals. They went, damn, I'm a liberal. And I said, that's where our show, we try to do this balance.
Good.
And learn this word called compromise.
That's very funny.
That's good.
A word we don't hear anymore.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Well, you know, come back. When was the last time you were here?
Years.
The only one I remember that killed me was Marty Short and I did it on the wood couch. Whether I broke my coccyx. I think I said so. I got to say a weird word. I go, wait a minute, what did he say? And Marty Short and I did so many jokes. No one said anything except he and I. It was one of the funnier bits I've been on.
Love that. Well, come back.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming out. Last Man Standing returns with back-to-back episodes on January 2nd. Check your local listings. We'll be right back.
Attention holiday shoppers, it is time to view your deal. We partnered with vendors for at least half off items everyone on your list wants under the tree this year. Next.
The holiday shopping season is about to kick into high gear, and we're giving you a head start today because we've partnered with vendors for at least half off items that'll get you into the spirit. Greta Monahan's back to unwrap them, but it's only while supplies last. So let's get shopping, Greta.
Oh my God, you're gonna love this. So I want you to put your hand right in there because this is a smart gift that any woman, I think, or guy with a bag will love.
Okay.
You see it? Touch right here.
Oh,
check it out. It is a chic purse light that also works as a power bank to charge our phones. So you're not going to go in anymore. You know, when you're at the door, you can't find your keys. It's unbelievable. I love this. No more digging in your bag. Turns off automatically after 10 seconds. And also, I love it because you can use it at your bedside. You can use it in a deep, dark drawer anywhere you need a little extra light. Original price on these, $35. Today's deal, $17.50. Half off for us. Face plant creams, footsie socks, slippers. You're going to love these. Feel how cozy they are, Sunny. These are so great because they have adorable little designs. You can see the colors are great. Really fun and easy, great patterns. You can go and pick and personalize as you like. Tons online. Original price on this collection, $9 to $32. Guess what, Sunny? Today's deal, $4 to $15. Oh, that's good. 50 to 62% off.
Right.
Now, I know. And all for the entire family. My family's crazy about this. All-Tech Lansing.
Okay.
So earphone speakers, giving the convenience of sound that is portable. But here's the deal. Play your favorite tunes or podcasts anywhere. Waterproof, snowproof, dirtproof. You can these guys even float. They're amazing. So we use them on our boat, so they make an amazing gift. Dad, Grandpa, kids. Kai loves them. Shh, we're not going to tell him. So in the Baby Boom portable you have, clips right onto a backpack or on the go. Okay, these are amazing. And wireless earphones that are incredible. Original price on these, $30 to $200. Not today. Today the deal is $15 to $75 for all this tech.
That's
50 to 62% up. You know, it wouldn't be us if I didn't bring you a little beauty.
Yes.
Now, this I did not touch, but smell that. The scents are amazing. NCLA Beauty nail polishes, lip balms, and lip scrubs. That's actually a beautiful little, sugar lip scrub to exfoliate. These are vegan and clean, but check these out, Sunny. These are Zodiac nail polishes. You know when you're looking for a really cute stocking stuffer, but you want it to be meaningful?
Yeah.
This is an amazing little collection because you don't have to worry about colors. It's just all delicious and amazing and good for you. Original price on these, $16 to $18. Today's deal, $8 to $9. Make your choice. Hey, Carol, I gotta have a tote. This tote's incredible, and it looks amazing on every body. But we also have, you can create your own little set with all the other little accessories, like the cosmetic bag, coin purse, passport cover, sunglass set. Yeah, the sunglass. I love this little sunglass case. Look at little hooks on. So you mix and match your pieces and create a collection that you're going to give so it feels really customized to your recipient. I love these. Isn't that good? Check that out, little coin purse. I happen to love the animal skins, but I also love the neutrals. Yeah. Original deal on this collection, or original price, was $10 to $60, but not today. Today, make your choice, $5 to $25. I thought that was you. I put it on the edge. Take that with you.
That's a good one.
Now, the self-cut system, this is going to blow your mind. The Tri-View mirror. This is upgrade any bathroom you want, Sonny, because this is a three-way mirror, so it gives you professional viewing, 360 degrees.
Oh, when you
see around. Now, look behind us. There's one hooked on the door. Because it comes with these actual automatic little arms that you can adjust to any height you want. Everyone's oohing and ahhing so that you get the perfect beauty light.
How do you get the lights on?
Well, because you choose. You either do the lighted version or the non-lighted version. I love them all, but I'm crazy about this one because you get that bright light. And you can fold them up and take them on the go or pack them. They're incredible. Just take the arms off. Original price on these, $100 to $150. Today's deal, $45 to $75.
I like that. Wow. Our thanks to Greta Monahan. The clock is ticking, people. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. Members of our audience are going home with gifts from K. Carroll Accessories and Faceplant Dreams. Have a great day, everyone. And what should they do, Greta?
Take a little time to enjoy the view.